Okay, so today what we're going to have a look at is how we put up ropes on high ropes courses. So typically our high ropes courses have these things here, these bits of cord. So these are tracers, and they're just a thin sort of 3 or 4 mil bit of cord that goes up onto our course through the SRB and then comes down to the ground. And basically what this allows us to do is leave the course safe at night with no ropes up, so no one can access it, and then in the morning it's quite easy to then put ropes up for use. So that's what we're going to have a look at now. So the first things I'm going to do is just flake my rope out onto the ground, and this means I can just pre-use check my rope, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, but also it's going to mean when I pull up on the tracer it feeds off nice and neatly and there's no knots in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flake it directly underneath my SRB so that there isn't any sideways movement when I pull up the tracer, and it just reduces the risk of the tracer getting snagged or stuck. So one method to get our rope up is this little hole here. So we've got a hole in the end of our rope, okay? So the manufacturer will allow you to do a few things to the first 10 centimeters of rope. So this has got a label on it. We've put a hole in this one because typically if you tied like a figure of 8, the last 10 centimeters would be in the tail, like out of the tail, so it's not really in use. So I'm going to take one end of my tracer, and it's really easy. All I'm going to do is poke the tracer through the hole, give it a little wiggle like so. And I like to tie this on with a bowline. I just find that that knot works quite well. It doesn't get snagged or get stuck. Okay, and then that's just going to up through our SRB and then come back down. If you don't want to put a hole in the end of your rope, there is another option. So we can use our tracer, and I'm just going to tie a clove hitch and put that over my rope. And I'm going to put that about 10 or so centimeters down my rope, and then I'm just going to do a half hitch and just put that over the top so it looks a bit like that. Okay. And that's just another method that you can use. You can see that it's nice and flat up our rope. There's no big chunky knot. And again, it's not going to get stuck in the SRB. So it's just going to enable us to pull it up and back down nice and smoothly. So when it comes to then putting the tracer back up, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So what I'm going to do is thread the tracer through. I'm going to tie that in a bowline, really nice and easy. And now the key thing here is you need to keep hold of the tracer. So I'm going to take the other end of my rope and I'm going to start to pull down, but I'm always going to keep hold of the tracer and just let that run through my hands. If you don't, and if you just pull down on the climbing rope, you'll find that now momentum kicks in. You can just lose the tracer and it'll disappear up and end up back on the floor. Okay, so this way I keep hold of both ends. Now my rope's back on the ground, I've got my tracer, and I can just tie that up, leave it neat, ready for the next person.